Oh, finally. I'm excited. Scott's excited. Craig's the same as he always
No,
is. Not bothered at all. But we're here now for our reunion episode. This is episode 238. And this is to mark 10 years since we started the Majors Mess Hall podcast. And before anyone speaks, I just want to quote Craig from episode one. Okay. It's something new, but I don't think it will last long. But whatever. Craig, do you want to address that, mate?
well, it ended when Scott left. That's when it ended for me.
Oh, oh, dude.
So
And the other
You
basically,
guy,
know what?
I'm not
what
going to
he's saying,
mention.
he's disregarding anything that I've done since. Like,
He remember he gave it a deadline of like 2 weeks.
yeah.
Didn't
So
think it
that was
would
still
last.
5 years in when Scott left.
Oh,
Yeah. So you don't want to admit that you're wrong, no.
And
I don't know.
the
I
mess
was at
hall's
that
going
point where I just
strong.
didn't give it. I just didn't couldn't be asked. I honestly didn't think it was a little phase. At that point, it was just full of shit, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
all
No.
talking crap.
It's always been talking crap.
Yeah, but it
Literally
got a
since
little
the
bit more sensible. It's still stupid, but
yeah.
started bringing guests and all that.
Oh yeah, you were never fond of that way. Yeah, but you see, bringing in guests has been, and I know I speak for Scott when I say this. That's been a highlight of doing this. I know you were never part of the interviews, but for me and Scott, like we got to talk to some amazing people, like people we never thought we would have got to talk to. Like I've mentioned a million times before, John Dunsworth, who's no longer with us. Like we got an interview with him, and we spoke to him for like an hour, and it was like the highlight of mine and Scott's time podcasting. Like I'm right, aren't I, Scott?
You are, and that's our only interview that we did together in person. Well, you and I were
That's
together.
right. Yeah, he was here. Yeah, I was like leaning over his shoulder. Yeah, not bothered, are you, Craig? No, he says. Right.
Well,
Okay. So
shite.
anyway, we're gonna. I'm very quickly because there's no point in doing intros because everyone knows who we are anyway. Even the newer listeners, like I would say, probably know who you guys are as well. Um, but I'm gonna read out the intros to what we did 10 years ago. So I basically the gist of what I said was that I'm an ex-boy band member from the UK. Living in Nova Scotia, enjoy writing songs, singing songs, recording songs, anything to do with music. And that's essentially mine. Scott, you said you got really excited. I'm the All-American Scott Powers,
Hey,
wrestled
look,
professionally. Yeah,
look, man,
still
all
got the t-shirt on, yeah.
American.
Wrestled professionally, all around the Midwest. Lives outside of Chicago. Just likes to have fun. And then Craig says, "For fuck's sake, name's Craig. To be honest with you, I cannot even be asked telling you about myself. There's nothing to say anyway." That's a direct quote from Craig, who's still a fan favorite. People to this day still ask me, "How's Craig doing?" I get
Yeah.
it all the time. People ask me, and I never know what to
Okay.
tell them. So answer the question, how are you, Craig?
Same as I've always been.
Same old, yeah. Do
Mm-hmm.
you own any clothes? Because like the past few times I've seen videos of you, you've had nothing on, no clothes on.
I've just never
He's-
been bothered to wear a top. I've just been like just topless.
You're basically Randy now, aren't you, from Trailer Park?
Mm-hmm. Even got the belly.
Hey, the last time we talked to Craig, he had a full beard.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Well, got a shave before I went on holiday. And I've had a couple of other shaves. I've been off for 5 weeks.
5 weeks, bloody hell.
Uh, First 3 weeks was for holiday, and then the 2 weeks when you were supposed to come home.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I was thinking of cancelling a week, but I thought, fuck it, I'll just keep the 2 weeks. So I've been off
Yeah.
5 weeks.
Nah, I would have been nicer to come back, but I just didn't have the time to take it. It wouldn't have worked. So, but I'm definitely going to be coming back at some point soon. Um, so you shaved your beard off. I remember before you had a beard last time, your neck used to stick. So you used to do this a lot. Just are you doing that a lot now? You've got rid of all the facial hair.
Um, I don't know. I just don't really like notice I'm doing it. It gets irritating down there because me fucking double shit. It gets like just irritating down there, like because it's very sharp on my neck.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, moving on because this is riveting conversation as always. Moving on. This is a guessing game, right? I'm gonna ask the questions I asked you, Craig, on episode one, and Scott, you're gonna try and guess first. Actually, Scott, I want to see if you can remember what you answered these questions to, and then I also would like to know what the answer. In fact, let's do that now, right? Favorite word? What's your favorite word, Craig?
Just like I think from episode one.
No, I'm asking you like now, like what would you say your favorite word is now today?
Favorite word. I still think I got one now.
You got to choose a word. Pick a word.
I don't know. I don't
Think of
know.
something you like and say that word. Do you know we did
Uh,
this when we asked him the first time round? He didn't know what to say, and we made him pick a word.
I don't know. I don't speak much, so
Now I
it's just
remember why I used to edit heavily in the early days because of the dead air. You've got to choose a word, mate. Think of something. Look around you. Say something.
um.
Fucking hell.
What? What? Well, it's
Tut.
not really.
That's
Not
not a
really a
word.
word.
That's a sound.
Well, make it maybe. Well, maybe you can change it to a sound then. What's your
No, it's not.
favorite sound?
That's another question.
Oh, so fuck's sake,
Fucking
fuck's
hell,
sake,
mate.
then.
Favorite word?
Fuck's sake, there you go.
No, that's two words.
Tit, then.
Tit. Right. Okay. Tit. Okay. Originally you said cunt.
Well, it's not
So,
anymore.
we get it. You're a fan of the female anatomy, right? Number two, least favorite word.
Dickhead.
Yeah, well, that's two words, so you can't have that.
It should be one word because you ain't dickhead like that.
Dickhead. That's two
No,
words.
not when you say it.
No, come on. Least favorite word. Just think of something you hate and say that word.
Uh, people. There you go.
People. Right. Okay. People. Originally you said scum. That was your least favorite word. Scum.
That's gone.
Scum. Yeah. Okay. What turned you on?
Fucking hell, this bullshit old reminiscence. I don't think nothing anymore.
Nothing
I
turned you
know,
on.
I
No.
know, I know what the original answer was.
What was it?
It was a massaging thing, wasn't
Yeah, you said getting a massage from a female.
it? Yeah.
So what happens? So my follow-up question to that is, have you ever had one? Because originally you'd never had one.
Well, there's a hairdresser around the corner, but they don't like get full on as
A
the other place used
hairdresser's.
to be.
That's not a massage, though, is it?
Well, the other place was, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a little gay fella doing that, wasn't it?
No, it was always the women, wasn't it?
Oh,
In the
was it?
pyramids.
All right, fair enough. Okay, next one. What turned you off?
Uh, Noise.
Noise.
I
Just
always like to be quiet. I always like to be a bit quiet.
well, we know that. Okay, right.
Uh,
Noise. What do you think, Scott, that he said originally? What turned him off?
What turned them off? Electronics.
No, that's a good guess, but no, he said cruelty to animals, which I actually gave him the answer to because I gave it to him as an example and he stole it. So he didn't think of that himself. Next one. Favorite sound, Craig? What's your favorite sound? Even though you've just said you like quiet, you've got to choose a sound.
um, sound of a fan.
What?
Sound of a fan.
The sound of a fan spinning, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's not too far away from what you originally said, except what you originally said didn't make any sense. You said the rustling of leaves when I'm asleep. So you wouldn't
Yeah,
have
I
heard
remember
it
that.
anyway. That's what you said originally. But yeah, still a relaxing sound. Um, what sound do you hate?
Um, Probably snoring.
Snoring, which you're very guilty of. Because remember that we had that kick off in Scott's house where you were snoring,
Well,
and
maybe because I was really tired. So when I'm really tired, I snore a bit louder.
when I'm really tired, I get cranky. So I went in and woke him up, Scott. I went, "You need to do something about him. He won't stop snoring."
And I
And
ended
Scott
up
was like,
sleeping on
"Whoa!"
the.
Like I'm stood over Scott having a go at him. He was like asleep. So I was like, "You need to sort him." So Scott went, "I'll go in there. You get in my bed." So I had to get into Scott's warm bed, which just felt wrong. It felt like I was wearing his underpants.
You weren't?
No, I took everything off.
Oh, oh, oh.
Okay, next one. Okay, so originally you said hardcore music. That's fine.
Really?
Yeah, you hated that. Favorite swear word?
Um, Be fuck, man.
Fuck. Okay, originally
Yeah.
you said dickhead, which is funny because you've now moved
Favorite.
out. You said that was your favorite swear word, dickhead, which you just tried to get away with as your least favorite word.
I don't know why I would have said that originally my least favorite.
No, you chose it as your favorite swear word. You said dickhead, and then you laughed. You went dickhead. Okay, next one. What profession would you like to do other than the one you're already doing?
Next job.
Yeah,
Uh, um, there was something. Probably like some like a bouncer slash security.
bouncer
Cause I
slash.
can't, cause I can't tell you how many people always say, "Are you a bouncer or are you security?" Say no, because they look at me height and my build, and they always just say the same thing. And I always thought, yeah, you know. But
You'd have to
I
deal
always
with
say
scallies, though, wouldn't you?
I don't have like the thick skin for stuff like that.
Yeah, you'd have to deal with scallies.
I know.
So originally you said a policeman if I wasn't lazy. That was your answer. Okay,
uh,
next one. What profession would you not like to do?
uh, just like going around with the bin man and all that, maybe. Because
Just going around with them.
I mean, it's probably something similar that I do in work anyway. But you probably get a
Okay,
lot
so
of fucking grief from people from doing all that.
originally you said healthcare assistant, HCA.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you said. And then the last question is, before we move on, is if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you reach the pearly gates?
I don't remember that question.
Yeah, that's the most famous question from this set of questions, actually.
God.
So you go to
Right.
heaven, you're at the gates, God comes down. What would you like him to say to you?
Enjoy your peace and quiet.
Enjoy peace and quiet. Yeah. Not too far away from what you originally said, which was welcome to heaven.
Sorry.
Yeah, just welcome to heaven. And I didn't challenge you on it, I just left it. Okay. Right, I need to test something very quickly because I didn't do it before we hit record, so I'm going to do it now. I need to know if you guys can hear music. So I'm going to play. Actually, this will be part of it now. I'm going to play the first ever theme song that we used, which wasn't even our music. So I'm going to be cheeky and play it now. And I hope you guys can hear it because I've got it set up so you can. So you should be able to hear it. Both give me a thumbs up if you can hear it while it's playing. Okay, here it is. Just wait a second. Still loading. Slow.
Hey, welcome to Major's Mess Hall.
Really?
Well, it's that loud, was it?
Hell yeah, that was loud.
Okay, that's good that you can hear that because I do have a few theme songs I want to play while we get into things. And the fact Scott's got headphones on, I love because it means that some of these might be even louder. So it's seeing Scott's head just go, whoa, like so loud. Okay, so let me just see what we're gonna do here now. Okay, so we're gonna play. We're gonna do What's Not Scott, but like, so okay, so this game we've played so many times over the years, obviously always with Scott because it's a feature that's themed around him, and every time we play it, it's different. So the rules are different every single time. So this time is just quite simple. It's just gonna
Love
be
this theme song.
what?
I always like this theme song.
Yeah, well, just wait a second. I've got to explain first before we get into it. So this is just going to be questions about Scott that he's talked about on the early episodes. Okay. So I'm going to ask you questions and you have to tell me the answers to those questions. Um, and there is, I think I've got five. Yeah, I've got five questions of that to do. Scott, you're more than you can join in, man. I want to know if you can remember, but let's let Craig guess first, just because you will probably remember better than him. Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to play Craig's favorite theme. What's Not Scott? That's not Scott. What's not Scott? That's not Scott. What's not Scott? That's not Scott. Scott. That's not Scott. Scott. That's not Scott. What's not Scott? That's not Scott. Scott. That's not Scott. Definitely Scott. Scott. Can't be Scott. Definitely Scott. That's not Scott. Tell it's Scott. Which one? Scott. No, it's Scott. That's not Scott. Definitely Scott. Which one? Scott. That's Scott. Which one? Scott. That one Scott. That's not Scott. That one Scott. That's not Scott. That one Scott. That's not Scott. That one Scott. That one not Scott. That one Scott. That one not Scott. That one Scott.
What's not Scott?
Right.
You know, we kept cutting out a little bit there at the beginning.
You kept what?
Cutting out.
Did it?
Mm.
Right. Okay. So this is What's Not Scott. Stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. I remember someone telling me your theme songs are too long. I think it might have been Scott actually saying it's too much.
Well, like the one mess hall was like 2.5 minutes intro.
Yeah. Right. Okay. The first question is, and Craig's going to answer first, and then you. What quote did Scott talk about sharing on his Facebook page? Okay. And I'm going to read out three different possible answers. Okay. Here's the first one. So, okay, the first part of it is you don't always need a plan. Sometimes all you need is it a strong woman by your side, B, 1,000 doggy kisses, or C, balls on your chin?
The second one, wasn't it?
1,000 doggy kisses. Scott, what
Yeah.
was it?
Was it A?
No, it was actually C. It was balls on your chin. You don't
What?
always need a plan. Sometimes all you need is balls on your chin. You don't remember sharing on Facebook?
No.
Okay, so I'm surprised you don't remember that. So the actual quote was, "You don't always need a plan. Sometimes all you need is balls." That was the plan. Sorry,
Oh,
that was the quote. And then I added on the podcast on your chin, and you were like, "I never said that."
okay. I was like trying to think. I'm like, well, I would never said that.
Okay, number two is, what did Scott want to call his autobiography? Was it A, climbing the ropes, B, cockeyed, C, C, free fall to hell?
First one's obvious. I'll pick the third one.
You think free fall to hell?
Yeah.
Scott, what was the answer?
The answer, because I'm still working on it. It's C. Free fall to hell.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
still working on it. Yeah, 10 years on.
Yeah, I got more stuff to add.
You're always getting on more
chapters.
stuff. Brilliant. Okay. Okay. Who did Scott say was his best friend? Okay. Was it A, Zach, B, Karen, or C, JR? Craig. His name's Craig. We just call him JR. So
Oh.
A, Zach, B, Karen, C, JR. Karen is Scott's wife, to those that don't know.
Second one?
The second one, Karen.
Yeah.
No, I think that's probably a given. Scott, I already know you know the answer to this. Who was it you said at the time?
It's Zach.
Zach.
Yeah,
And have you spoke to him?
yeah. I speak to him every
Oh,
now and
okay.
then.
Because I remember there was a time where because you got me a load of the Pop Funkos.
Yeah. He's got bad. He's got like bad MS. So, yeah, I speak to him.
Yeah. So
And
he's doing all right, is
Jr.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's still got a big toy store and doing well.
Because Scott, basically, what I was just saying was Scott got me a load of Pop Funkos as a friend to me. Scott went, "You can have these." He got them, and his friend Zach gave them to Scott. And Scott said, "Oh, thanks, my friend Gavin's gonna love these." And Zach was like, "Hold on, I thought I was giving them to you."
Like Craig, he's straight faced.
Yeah. Right. Next one is Scont. Jeez, Scont.
What's not skunt?
Yeah, what's not Scont? Um, Scott once sustained an injury in the ring, in the wrestling ring. What was it? Was it a 2x4 with a nail in the end to the temple? Okay. B, electric shock to the ball sack, or C, piston from the top turnbuckle in the eyes.
What was the first and second ones?
Okay, the first one was a 2x4, so a piece of wood with a nail
Mhm.
in the end that was hit
Yeah.
against his temple, or B, electric shock to the ball sack.
B, maybe.
Scott?
The answer is B, and that's why I can't have kids.
Mm.
Okay, now, man. Seriously, yeah, I still can't believe that.
Yeah, I got handcuffed up on the bottom rope, and this guy named Mr. Showtime pulled it was either 90,000 volts or 100,000 volts, and
This couldn't
clicked it,
sound any more sexual, could it? Like he had handcuffs on and he was electrocuted in his balls by a man called Mr. Showtime.
and the crowd loved it. And so he did it again.
Fucking hell. That's mad, that isn't it?
And I still wrestle.
Just think of the money you saved on a vasectomy, though.
Oh, yeah, true. I don't have to have a bag of peas on my my ghoulies.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Last one. Where are we now? What's Scott's favorite way to enjoy a tube steak? A, smothered in underwear. B, smothered in peppercorn sauce. Or C, smothered in ketchup.
B.
B, smothered in a tube steak smothered in ketchup. I don't think that goes, mate. To be honest, Scott, what was it?
No, I
Well,
meant the other one in underwear. What was that one?
Oh, smothered in underwear. Tube steak
Uh,
smothered in underwear. That's A.
oh,
well,
I'll
according to
go.
according to Gavin, it would be A.
We literally named an episode. It was like episode 4, tube steak smothered in underwear. Amazing. Right. I just want to take a moment now to talk a little bit about the people that we've lost. Because we've had like 7 guests. Well, not 7 guests, but 7 people connected to Major Mess who've passed away. Obviously, most notably is Dave Leonard. You know, he was Major, and we wouldn't have this podcast if it wasn't for him. I mean, he was just an amazing friend to all 3 of us, and I still miss him to this day. I think about him quite often, actually, and you know, I said it on episode 1, but like when I first moved to Canada, I was really homesick, and meeting you guys, not, I mean, I've knew Craig anyway, but meeting you, Scott, and the other Trailer Park Boys fans, including him, was so important to me because it really helped me get through such a tough time. And Dave was one of the like the front runners of that. He was just always there for me and making me laugh, and we talked for hours. Like he was just such a nice guy. So definitely want to take a moment to remember him. And you know, like what's your memory of him, Craig, of Major?
We know them for a bit, didn't I? But I think it was like when we used to send keeks
Yeah.
to each other and all that because they were fun.
Remember he used to do, I can't remember it fully, but he used to do keeks for, specifically for you where he'd go, Craig, or like, Craig, just him in a funny
I
voice,
don't
pulling funny face.
remember that, yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
it was a
fun.
bit. bit weird,
Scott,
but
Scott, what about you? Do you like a major memory that you can think of Dave?
A major memory of Major Dave. He I mean, he was always welcoming to you guys. Like when Craig would come and visit, he would always send the videos like, "Welcome to Canada, Craig. Welcome to Canada," and like it'd get annoying. Uh, and then, and then the massive amount of food the man made,
Oh, it was incredible.
and then he used to sit and watch us play GTA.
Yeah, that's what
I
started this.
don't
We
know.
played Grand Theft Auto, all three of us. I'll never forget the time, Craig, you and me ran over Scott in a tank. He was in a car and we ran him over and it blew up. And Scott was like, "What happened?"
Well, we were supposed to be on a team, and then you guys. It was the first time that I was doing online,
Yeah,
and you guys would go into the weapon shop and come out or whatever, and then all of a sudden you had some big monster truck and then a tank,
yeah.
or you would snipe me with a sniping gun.
I do
Almost
hope
the
that.
time.
Go on.
So almost the time your connection kept fucking up.
No, you were like famous for having a bad connection. You just disappear.
I still got a bad connection.
No, yeah. I do hope that when GTA 6 comes out, all three of us will get back on in some way, shape, or form and play.
Mm.
Craig, what system you got now?
It's on Xbox.
Yeah, I'm on PlayStation, I'm hoping it's going to be cross-platform.
Probably will.
I think it will.
Me,
Most of them are
me and
now.
Craig will play, and you'll just have to play the friends on PS5.
Honestly, man, and do you know what? I'd get an Xbox just to play with you. Honestly, I would, because it was just such a laugh and be amazing.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, like me and Craig, we used to hang out on that game because we couldn't hang out in person anymore. We'd literally just drive around, like doing
Um,
nothing. Like there was a bar on the game, we just drive into the bar and sit there and just do nothing. Hilarious. Okay, yeah. So John Dunsworth, he's probably he's number one on the list there. Obviously, after Dave, he's no longer with us, and that interview we touched on it a little bit earlier, but that was like so special, and is one of our most popular episodes. Even to this day, the numbers are still climbing on it, and every time I do a reshare, it gains more and more listens because people just want to hear. When it wasn't close to, it was quite close to when he passed away. It was only a few months after that he actually died. So, I don't know how many interviews he did after that, but that one, with us, I'm so honored that we got to talk to him.
Well, the thing that stays in my head, it stays in my head, man, and it won't go away. But uh, when I was like, "Thanks for your time," blah blah blah, and he's like, "I got all the time in the world, boys," and I think
Yeah,
that was one of his last sentence to us.
yeah,
And like I hear it in my head because that year I like shoot, I think I was with him 14 times. Like I was all
yeah. You
over,
were you were, weren't you, going around Mad Hatters, and you've seen him a lot, yeah.
and then
You've seen him
I
here, and
flew I flew Nova Scotia to see him and Randy do their only show there. And then you and I talked to him there, met his whole family, and then we did the interview the next day.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was amazing. I mean, he's just a legend, and even today, seeing him in Trailer Park Boys, it's like he's still with us. Like you can just, he does live on in that character, and all his other characters that he played as well. But obviously, for the three of us, it's always going to be Jim Leahy, and yeah, it'll be really nice to see how they honor him in season 13. So I'm looking forward to seeing that just to see because this will be the first season that they've done without him. So
All right.
next, Mary Boutlier.
Hmm.
Mary was like, she was one of the she's one of those people that's just absolutely lovely. Me and Scott met her in person, and she was a psychic medium, is what she would do, like a clairvoyant type. I don't think she's a clairvoyant, but she's like a psychic medium. And we went out for her. She bought us lobster. She took us for a meal. Like we met her daughter Remy, and and Mary just suddenly passed away one day, and it was so sad because she was always full of. She was always happy. Do you know what I mean? You could talk to her about anything. She was always happy. I know you used to chat to her a lot, Scott, didn't you?
Yeah, we used to text back and forth, and our friendship was like growing really crazy, and then we got to meet them at the one restaurant and with Remy, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
She
it
was
was
like
great.
a very high, happy spirited person.
Yeah. But again, that meeting at the time is just like a lovely meal with a friend. But now looking back, so glad we got to do that.
And again,
It's one of my favorite memories of the podcast.
not too long after that, she passed.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike B is another one. Easily one of the funniest people I've ever met. Mike B was, we got to meet him in person, and I mean, we've talked about that a million times, but like the first time he ever came on this podcast and he told us his anecdote about the raccoon getting into his house, it still makes me tear up listening to it now because he's so funny. Like I could literally cry with laughter. He had such a knack. The most annoying thing about Mike was that I used to want him to come on more because he was so amazing, but yeah, I could just never get him back on. He'd come on a few times, but it wasn't enough for me. I wanted just more and more of Mike B. He was just so funny. Um, but yeah, he
I
was
had a I had a lot of Mike B, dude. A lot
yeah.
of
He
Mike
used to go to
B.
your shows, didn't he? Wrestling
He
shows
used
and
to
stuff.
show up to the most random places, man, that I was at, and he'd always want to wrestle inside the restaurant. Like he told the waitresses, "Hey, can we slide the tables back? We're gonna have a match right here."
Yeah, he did.
And I went to his funeral, man. It was during COVID time, and because you asked me to represent the mess hall,
Yeah.
so I got to meet his ma and Cecilia.
Right, hold on. Hold on. We're gonna have to explain that. So the first time he met Mike B was with his mum. And you know what? I feel really bad, but I can't remember her name. But I told Scott, there's his mum there. Her name's Scott said, what's her name? And I'm Cecilia. So he walks straight up to her and goes, nice to meet you, Cecilia.
And she didn't correct me.
No, she didn't. Oh yeah. Oh, she
He
was
was a
lovely.
crazy guy, man. Like he used to drive over 100 miles or I don't know what it is in kilometers, but a couple hours just to come watch me wrestle. I'd turn around, get thrown down on the mat, and he's like, "Come on, get up!" And I'm like, "Where'd he come from?"
Yeah. Yeah, he was a great guy. I loved him to bits. Devin Lima, one of the lead singers of LFO, my one of my most favorite bands, and Devin, I've always said is was my ultimate favorite singer. Like his vocals were just amazing, and getting to talk to him on a podcast, me and Scott interviewed him and Brad. Is if I had to pick one interview that I'm like that's just the most special to me, it probably would be that one, because to get to talk to one of your idols, somebody that you've looked up to and listened to and just wanted to replicate, you know what I mean? Like as a performer, it was him, and just and then and to hear him say he liked my voice, I mean that was just gravy. Absolutely.
He liked your voice, but he thought I was Ferris Bueller.
No, that was Brad. Brad thought you were Ferris Bueller. That's right. Yeah, he goes, "We talking to Matthew Broderick here?"
Uh,
Amazing. And then of course John Charles as well, who played Boise on Only Fools and Horses. He passed away a few years ago. And he was one of the first big guests to come on the podcast, even though when Scott did his research, he researched someone completely, another John Chalice, who I don't even know, who grows a worm farm or something. So I fortunately double checked before we brought John on and realized it wasn't the same person, but that was hilarious. But yeah, John was awesome.
I
He
agree
he's like,
because
and
I
and it's hard to explain to Scott, but like John Chalice was like a massive celebrity in the UK. Like he was, you know, comedy sitcom, well, sitcom royalty. Like he was just in the biggest sitcom in England ever, and just a main character as well. And yeah, he was one of the early people to give us a chance and come on, and I think that helped us get other people on as well. So
and
yeah,
to me I never knew him until what was it, of Men and Horses, or of Horses and Men, or
of men and
what?
horses, only fools and horses.
That's it. Well, all men are fools. I hear it from women. But like I never met this guy. I thought he was a worm farmer. I think we even did tell him that. I mixed it up, and I was going to ask him about it, but he treated us like one of the one of the boys. Like he didn't act like he was better than us, and he was a really cool guy, and I'm really glad we did that interview.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. It was awesome. Craig, are we boring you, mate? Are you yawning there?
Oh, I'm normally in bed by now.
Okay, next one. We're almost through the list now. Ewan McIntosh, who played Keith on the UK version of The Office. Again, another comedy legend. Didn't have a massive role in The Office, but then there wasn't that many massive roles to go around. But it's still like considering it was such a small role, he's a fan favorite character. The US equivalent would be what's his name, Kevin from the US office. He would be the US equivalent of the version we spoke to, which was like I say, Keith. And I even got to do. I never told him about this at the time. I just sort of sprung it on him, but I got to do a little bit of a skit with the script. I read out some of Ricky Gervais's lines, and he responded. He just played straight into it, and I always appreciated that because that was cool. I'm sure he gets that. I'm sure he did get that shit a lot, to be honest. And then, yeah, for us to spring that on him and go through it, he was a good sport. So yeah, and he passed away. It was only a few years ago, and Ricky Gervais made a post about him as well. So it was quite
You
nice.
know what's weird? Of all the people that we've mentioned, he was the only one that got announced on the news here.
Really? Wow.
Like from The Office, you and Macintosh, and then they named off some other roles that he did,
Yeah.
like, uh, but yeah, of everybody that you mentioned, he's the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, so those are the people who've passed away, but then on top of that as well, just a quick note as well, the three of us have lost people over the years as well. We won't obviously I don't want to get too depressive on it, but I do feel like I need to give an honorable mention to my grandparents. My nan passed away in 2018 and my granddad passed away earlier this year. And they were two really important people in my life, and it was extremely hard losing them. Craig lost his mum as well. Was it 2 years ago, Craig?
Three,
3 years ago, yes.
three or two, something like that.
Yeah, time really does fly. And I'm not going to push Craig to say anything because I know he probably doesn't want to. But Carol was a lovely woman, and she was a great supporter of our friendship, and always just so lovely to talk to. So I had to take a moment to mention that. And Scott, I don't know, I don't know about you, man. You haven't? It's hard to think
Mostly
of, isn't it? Like we've lost so many people, but they were just like notable mentions in my mind.
just in my head, man. Like since we started, like all my dogs, that.
Oh yeah, man. Of course, little Bernie, man.
Hey, he died 2017.
Yeah.
So
See, that's the thing though with you and the dogs. Like your dogs that you have always have long lives, and that says a lot about you guys, about you and Karen and Jenny.
oh, they yeah, I still got five. Like tomorrow, the 10th is the big passing of my last dog, and this is like the longest I've gone without owning a dog.
Yeah,
But it would be selfish because I'm never home.
yeah,
And I don't want nobody else taking care of my dog.
yeah.
So
Of course. No, I get it. But yeah, but I mean, Bernie was the standout one for me because I know that he was your little buddy, and me and Craig got to meet him as well, which was really nice. And we,
he
we, we
even
talked about him a lot on the podcast as well. So he has actually been spoke about a lot. So yeah, I'm
he
glad you
even
mentioned
made
that.
a appearance because he threw up on me while we were doing the episode the one time.
Yeah, yeah. And then we did that skit as well about like your house was on fire and like Karen was yelling at you, get out, and you were like, no, I'm going in to get the dogs. So funny. Yeah. Nah. So yeah. Anyway, like I say, we won't dwell on that anymore. But it is important. I feel to reflect, and that obviously means talking about people that are no longer with us. So, yeah. But we will move on now, and I think we're gonna do story time with Craig because he's been quiet for a while now, so we need to get him back involved. So I need to do a quick copy and paste, Craig, which I'm gonna have to do an edit on the audio here so people don't have to listen to me copying and pasting this. I'm going to send it to your WhatsApp. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
You all
story
right,
time with
Craig?
Craig, just to give everyone an update, just to brief everyone over. It's just where Craig reads out a story. It's normally a classic story. Sometimes there's a bit of a twist on it. Sometimes it's the true story, that a lot of people don't know. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna send it over to Craig now, but without further ado, this is story time with Craig.
Story time with Craig.
Okay, Craig. So this story is the classic, "The Boy Who Cried Wolf." So this is like it's a moral story. There's always a moral to get from stories like this. So, Craig, whenever you're ready, man, read us "The Boy Who Cried Wolf."
Uh, fucking long.
It's not that long, mate.
It is. There was once a boy called Phil Lacio. He was in charge of looking after all the sheep in his father's field. With his father's field, within his father's field was his mother's bush. There we go. Where a big fat wolf lived. One day the boy decided to play a trick on the townsfolk by yelling, "Wolf, wolf." Everyone ran to inspect his mother's bush, but there was no wolf to be seen.
Hold on. Sorry, carry on. Inspect his mother's bush. Carry on.
Phil loved this and did it again. "Wolf, wolf," he cried, as the dim-witted townsfolk ran over once again. This went on for several days, each time fooling the townsfolk. Finally, one day, Phil was sitting on a hill looking at the sheep, and all of a sudden, the big fat wolf slid out of his mother's bush, dripping wet and frothing at the mouth. "Wolf, wolf," Phil cried, but no one came. "Wolf, wolf," but still no one showed up. The wolf devoured Phil in one ginormous gulp, and the sheep creamed out loud.
Hold on. What?
Creamed.
No, hold on. The sheep screamed.
What?
The sheep screamed.
No, it says creamed out loud. If only the boy hadn't have lied so many times, the town folks might have believed him. The moral of the story, question mark, stay out of your mother's bush. The end. Okay. Stupid.
Oh.
Well done.
Stay out of your mother's bush. That's the that's the take home. How do you feel about that, Craig?
Nothing. Just want like glad it's over.
What was the guy's name?
Phil, wasn't
Phil what?
it? Phil?
Phil what though? Surname's there, isn't it?
Oh. Oh, Phil Lacio.
You don't get that, do you, Craig?
No.
What's on? What's up? Hi. No snacks. No. Close the door, please. That's something that's changed for me because when we first started recording the podcast, I only had one little tiny girl, a little baby girl, who was like, what, less than a year old when we started. She was almost a year old, and now she is 10. She'll be 11 in November, and Charlie, my son, is 8, and he'll be 9 in next March. So those are
I
some big
guess
changes for me.
I could say that as well with the grandkid because she's just a couple months older than Alice.
Yeah, that's yeah. I remember again because I've been listening to the early episodes. I remember you mentioning about Caroline, and yeah, it's crazy, that isn't it?
Yeah, now
It
they
really
got to
does.
have two.
Time just flies by so quick. Okay, we are going to play. I apologize if this one's a bit loud in your headphones, Scott, but we're going to do because we never used to have a theme song for this, but we have now. So this is Grinds My Gears.
Grinds my gears, 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 grinds my gears. Grinds my gears.
Okay, so Grinds My Gears. This is where we just moan and complain about stuff. So I did kind of ask you guys if you'd have one ready. So But I also just want to mention what it was we complained about on episode. I think we played this one on episode 3 for the first time. So Scott, the first thing that you ever complained about was people not showing up for work so that you can leave. So like, somebody's showing up to relieve you so that you can take off. So that's what you mentioned. I mentioned about when you order food and they mess it up because I think at the time I'd ordered a steak from somewhere and they burnt it. So that was what my one. Craig's, take a guess, man, what yours was. What was your first complaint?
Something to do with work.
What?
It was something to do with work or something.
No, it was one simple word, which was technology.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you were having issues with your Xbox or something at the time, so you yeah. Anyway, this is grinds my gears. So Scott, we'll start with you, man. What's grinding your gears lately now, 10 years on?
So construction seems like they close all the roads down and only work on one thing. And like on the highway, they'll shut down all the exits that you need to get off of the highway. But now you got to drive like 20 miles out of the way just to find a way to get off the highway. So it
Yeah,
sucks.
I actually hate that. Like today, I had to go to the bank, and it's like it's far away, so I had to drive to it. And of course, you go on the sat nav because like I don't quite know the way, so I went on the sat nav to get to the bank. I started meeting at the bank, so I had to go there. And there's roadworks being done, but it didn't tell me that on the sat nav. So then I'm like, oh. So then I have to try and find my own way around. Then the sat nav's yelling at me because I've took a detour. And it just, yeah, that really does annoy me. But I mean, it's got to be done. And unfortunately, it's the summer months when it has to be done. But
But
like,
they work on the same thing every single year. And
yeah,
it's like you never see them out working. And I
yeah,
drive in nighttime and the morning, never see them.
yeah.
So the shit just lasts for like 11 years. And I meant, like months and months. And you
Yeah,
don't
so what
see
you're
the,
saying is when they started this construction, we were just starting the podcast and they're still working on it now.
yeah, basically. There's my favorite cat.
Oh yeah, this is Sue 21 who's watching the video, and Sue does not like Scott, but she does love Craig. She really does like Craig.
She did
Which
hiss at me at one point. That was ages ago.
Yeah, but was he there though? Was Scott there at the time? Because he freaked her out, didn't he? So she was hissing at everyone.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, it was weird. Scott was in the bathroom with no shirt on, and he was going, "Gav, you need to come here." So I went in to see what was going on. The cat in the doorway won't let him out, and he stood there with no top on.
kind of like the Craig look right now.
Yeah, basically, yeah, yeah. Okay, so what grinds my gears at the moment is, and I kind of want to know what your opinion on this is, but like tags in t-shirts. Like, why can you have you can have a t-shirt, right, that you've had for years, never bothers you. It fits fine, it feels good. Then, like 5 years down the line, say for instance you're wearing the same t-shirt, all of a sudden the tag starts itching you, but it's never bothered you before. Why is that? Does that happen to you guys? Just randomly, I get tags that just start itching my neck, and I'm like, why is this happening now? So then I have to rip it out, and it's fine once it's gone.
Most of the t-shirts I've got don't have tags. It's all like,
Yeah.
the extra, like, the
Oh
size
yeah,
and all, it's all printed on.
yeah. We'll see. Like, I get a lot of mine still from Primark, and like they all do. I still have tags in. This one is from Primark, and it's got a tag in it, which doesn't itch
Mm.
me at the moment. But I know at some point that's going to start itching me, and I'll have to rip it out. Which I could just do it now, but I just like to leave them until it starts, and then I can complain.
No, it gets annoying sometimes because you'll feel it on the back of your neck,
Yeah,
like, and it's annoying. So then when you rip it off, it sometimes leaves a hole in your shirt because you yanked it too hard. Uh, but I agree with that one.
100%. Yeah. Scott, Craig, what's grind your gears?
Uh, Me?
You get on your own nerves.
Yeah,
Why?
because I hate everything about me, to be honest.
Fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ, this is getting a bit deep, isn't it? Why is that?
Just, it's just my whole body. It's shit. It gets on my nerves.
Like, in what sense? Doesn't work right, or what?
Oh, let's start off with my brain. My brain is bad. I'm very forgettable. I can't say how forgettable I am. It's probably because of old age, I don't know, but I forget the most stupidest things.
Because of
Really.
old age, he's 42
Old age. She is
or
old peaks.
41. Sorry.
41.
Wait till you get to be my age.
Well, I forget like the most stupidest things for like like after 2 minutes. It does me head in. Like I just forget and I start getting angry at myself. Um, what else? I just bump into shit. My arms, my arms, I'm dead wide. I bump into freaking door handles. I knock things over. I hold something in my hands and it just falls out of my hands because there's no fucking grip on my fingers. My feet are too big and I'm always knocking into them. Me piss is shit and all that.
This is shit.
Yeah, because it comes out in 3 streams.
It comes out in 3 streams. Oh, like 3 separate streams. Does it really?
Sometimes, yeah.
I got double one.
I've never had that.
It comes out either 2 or 3, and then
Why is
when it's
that?
3, because it's shit.
So okay, so does one go in the
I
toilet
don't
and the other
piss
two
right.
go outside the bowl?
All are on the floor, or over me.
Well, it comes back at you the other way.
Yeah, because it spits. Because you got them.
It doesn't come out in like it's like a Y. It's like
Yeah, so you got the normal one. Then either I mean, you're saying that.
you got a
No,
And you
renegade
got the one on the
stream.
right, or you got like a thin one on the right or the left, and then you got the one that's underneath. The one underneath goes on the floor or on me.
It's like a
Why is
renegade.
that? Why does that happen?
It's
I don't
like a
know.
renegade stream. It's just like just
Just does me head, and it's like it pisses me off. It's like fuck's sake. Can't I just piss normal?
What about your shit?
Really talk about that. I can say a lot about my shit, but I'm not going to.
His shit stinks like worse than anyone else's. I don't know what it is, but like it just fills houses, like entire houses.
you should be proud of that.
Be
That's not
proud of
normal.
it.
Is it?
Jesus.
What? Proud of it?
Yeah, that's what
I
he
said you
said.
should be proud of it.
Well, yeah,
And you got a bad toe as well, haven't you?
that's not my problem. That's just how it's turned out to be.
Well, to be fair, the piss isn't your problem either, is it?
It's just, I don't know, it's just everything about my body. It's not normal.
I don't understand why you're pissing in 3 streams. Have you been shagging a cheese grater or something?
No, it's just it's how it is.
Fucking hell, I just don't get it. Like,
Just my body's just fucked.
fucking
Like
hell.
just on like the Friday before I had my 5 weeks off. I was in work. It was a bit of a shit time in that place, and I literally had hold of a full tub of coffee, and it just decided to fall out my hand and went all over the fucking floor. Luckily, there was the staff I work with are nice, so they helped me pick it up. But it's just stuff like just little things like just gets on my nerves. I always feel like nothing ever goes right sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I
I
think you're being
mean,
too hard on yourself.
I don't know. It's just like the amount of things I forget. It just winds me up. It's like fucking hell. Like I'll say something, okay, I'll do that in a minute, and then 2 minutes later, I've just completely forgot about it. And it's like fuck's sake.
Yeah.
How often do you get out?
Well,
How often do you like go out to the pub or anything?
well, been out with Dave since been off, so I've been out a couple of times drinking.
Mm.
So, what do you like about yourself? Pick something, mate, because I don't like leaving it like this.
That's fine. I mean, well, I'll admit that. My body's shite.
What about your hair? Do you like your hair? You've got a good head of hair, haven't you?
Yeah, it's probably the most decent thing. Lots of grey in it. Tell you that.
Is there? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got loads of grey in it now.
Well, you can do what Scott does and turn into Burt Reynolds, dye it.
That's Kenny Rogers right now.
Yeah.
Look at
Remember
Dave.
that he used to let it go pure white, didn't he? And then the next thing you know, he'd come in and it'd just be pure Burt
Go
Reynolds.
black.
Burt Reynolds. Yeah. So we'll just take a quick moment as well to acknowledge what's your favorite memory of the podcast. It doesn't have to be an in-person meetup. It can be anything at all. Favorite memory of the podcast. It'll be time
I
Well,
with
think
Major's Metal.
mine would always be the Chicago trip.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely
Always.
like it was just amazing from start to finish.
except for my car and getting a sticker on it and
Oh, I loved it, man. It was everything was perfect. Like even that was just like so funny. Like even it was a shift for you because you had a sticker on your car that was like still on there until the day you got rid of it. Um, it did the whole trip, the food, the people, everything was just the weather. It was just great. The photo shoot we did in Chicago, just amazing. Like amazing. Even the second trip with Kelly was great, but that first one. I never forget getting off the plane and being dead excited, having a go at you, yelling at you in the car because it was raining at the time we got there. And you took us to McDonald's and the fries, the fucking ridiculous size on the fries. I still can't believe that. It's like a bucket of fries, man, because we asked for large because we were starving.
you guys
Crazy.
got a large.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember that. Jesus.
It was like a
But
bucket of fries.
it was just great, man. It was just so much fun. Like, I'd love to do it again one day. I honestly would. Just, I'd love the three of us, even if it wasn't in Chicago. The three of us to meet up would just be amazing. But yeah, definitely Chicago. But what about Chicago though, Craig? That like, would you say was the best part?
Um, just doing the podcast around the city,
Yeah, that
and
was good.
I've still got some of the pictures, good ones, like other than the other guy there, but
Yeah, no, it was good. It was really good.
How about the low ranking on my hospitality here at the house?
Yeah, do you remember that on the episode we did? We ranked him at the end, and I think we gave him a 3 and a 4.
story his ass.
He did. He
Oh,
was like, for fuck's sake.
you got to meet Forrest Gump.
Yeah, the guy wouldn't stop talking, would he?
We ran out of tape.
Someone came over to meet us, didn't he? And
Um,
Gail.
oh yeah, that was Keisha. Yeah, she did. Yeah, Keisha came
Uh,
to meet us. Yeah, yeah, she was another like from the early days of Trailer Park Boys fans all meeting. She was one
she
of
was
them.
there. She was from Keek, wasn't she?
Yeah, yeah, she's still there on Facebook. Still talk to her periodically. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Scott, what about you? What was your standout moments of Major's Mess
Y-
Hall?
You say it doesn't have to be a meetup, but getting to meet you two in person, flying in and just I don't know, it seems like we all like hit it off. It wasn't awkward, like meeting somebody.
Yeah,
Uh, I stayed in a hotel at that time and
I remember the first time you came over.
I
We
stayed
got.
really far from you guys.
I remember you coming over to Gav's, and we got like a takeaway, didn't we?
And you left like a 30-cent tip.
Uh,
Yeah, it was good. Like there's lots of memories like with the mess hall that but meeting up just our videos together, that was always fun. Uh,
yeah,
I like the music videos. I meant Mary's Prayer. I meant that's a that was crazy. Going to the little carnival by your house, and just
yeah. That was good as well. Yeah,
it was everything is fun. I meant from us going out to eat together or just like we started. I think we were doing every episode on Wednesdays, and it just I think our friendship has grown. Over the years, the three of us, even though Craig won't admit it, but just I don't know. You two guys are I don't know. It seemed like I don't know. It was like a brotherhood, and don't think that's stupid, but it was. You
yeah.
know.
It's true. It's true. It was. It was. It still feels like it is to me. I mean, my favorite moments. I'm gonna deliberately not choose an in-person meetup because I just think those is just it's just a given. But recording wise, again, not guest related, that involved all three of us, I would say would be. Do you remember when we did that Christmas special and it was like we faked the house. It was like a fake house party. Do you remember that? That would
Yeah.
be my favorite because everyone was there, and it was like it actually. If you listen back to it, it feels like a real Christmas party,
Well,
and I've never been able to replicate that since.
you had background music playing, like it was like real house music,
Yeah.
Then Santa Cove and uh oh jeez, oh Pete.
This couldn't have happened at a better moment, right? Right,
We got
Scott.
Winston Churchill
For
here.
the, for the audio listeners, Scott, who's just joined the call.
So join us right now all the way from Newfoundland. I just mentioned his name and lo and behold, here he is. The one and only Cove Boy or Bertie Garnier.
How you doing, everybody?
All right.
Scott.
It's okay,
Scott's
Scott. We're
today.
cool, man. We're cool.
No, we're
I love you,
Scott
brother.
literally
I
just
love you like a brother, man. Your
we were,
family.
we were just in the middle of talking about the Christmas special where we all got together and it was like a house party, and Scott literally just said because I didn't tell him you were coming in. Scott goes, and it was really great, and then Santa Cove came in, and then the next thing you know, your face pops up, and Scott just goes, "Oh, jeez."
No, you know what? It seems like I get aggravated sometimes, but I do take, and I video chat with Bertie and like when he's having issues with health and all that, I'm all over his ass, pushing him to like get better. And the one time he was in the hospital, I was driving up to Canada and I called him and I'm like, dude, get your ass moving, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't even tell me like the doctor or nurse was in the room with him while I was swearing at him.
They told me to listen to what you were saying, Dodie. So it's great advice.
It wasn't exactly nice, man.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta show tough love, you know?
Yeah, so we're just talking about reminiscing, and like Bertie, I wanted to bring him on, like not at the start, but like toward the end, and that's because he wasn't there at the start when we started the podcast in 2015. It was several years before we met Bertie, and I think it was like 2018, I think maybe when we
Yeah, yeah.
met him, and it's been what 7 years since we knew him, and he's come on periodically, even after you two have gone, he still pops in every now and then, and he's always been a really good sport about joining us, and I think we've talked about it before, Bertie's special needs, but he comes in and he fits in with everyone, and he keeps up with everyone as well. He's really witty and funny, and I just thought it was important to bring him on. 10th anniversary of Majors Mess Hall. So yeah, welcome to the show, Bertie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, always welcome, always welcome. I see he's got a Trailer Park Boys t-shirt on there as well. He's representing. That's awesome.
Well, he's watched the last episode the other day, so he's out of trailer park stuff to watch.
He still hasn't seen the Bubbles movie yet. Have you seen it yet, Craig?
Nah, I don't think it would interest me.
It's good. It's honestly really good.
I watched like 15 minutes of it and I shut it off.
Did you?
Yeah.
Didn't like it? No.
It's not that I like it, it's just moving at like a slow pace.
Yeah. It's
And,
good, man.
and
It's like to me, it's the kind of movie that's like you don't have to have watched Trailer Park Boys. It really is it's like a standalone movie about a guy that lives in a trailer park that he loves cats and he goes on tour with his band. That's essentially it. The others are in it, but it's really not. It's really not that kind of movie. I liked it. It's very sweet. Mike did a great job working on it, writing it, and did all the music, composed it all. Like really good, really good movie. You should go back to it, Scott. And Bertie, definitely, man, watch it. Just get a copy of it.
I'm
Watch
thinking
it.
about getting the movie on Friday, like give my brother some money to get it off Amazon if I can.
Yeah, there you go. Got it, man. Good movie. Craig, watch it, will you?
You got a concert over there?
Of course you can. It's on like Netflix. Well, not Netflix. It's
Yeah.
on Crave
Prime.
or Prime.
I'm probably to buy it. I'm buying it.
No, don't buy it. It'll be. I'll find it for you. You just watch it. It's good. It's
Not
good movie.
interested.
I'm in it, mate. You won't see me head, but you see me body.
Fucking hell.
But I should be. I should be in season 13. I spoke about that on a couple of episodes ago. I was lucky enough to be there for that, and I've definitely been filmed for
So
that.
you were
So
just a background actor on that season
yeah,
13,
there's no, I
Gavin, or
didn't
what?
have any. Yeah, I didn't have any dialogue. I'm just in the scenes that are being filmed. I can't say anything about it, but
No, okay.
yeah, I can tell you. I'll tell you off air. I just don't want to.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah. No problem, no
Yeah,
problem, man. It's
but no,
good.
it was good fun. So that's coming out in April of next year. So you've got a little bit of way to go, Bertie, until you can watch any more Trailer Park Boys. So we got to get you that movie so you can watch it.
You
Yeah,
know,
man, for sure.
Gabby, we were just talking before Cove popped on, like memory for the mess hall and just all the people that we've met, man. Both I met people like Cove, meeting listeners that drove way out of their way to meet us, like Michelle, uh, Alex, which is Major's daughter, Kurt. They were showing up every time to our pub crawls, and uh,
Well, they met because of the podcast as well, which is amazing in
right.
itself.
Right. So now the mess hall is like the matchmaker, you know. But all these people that used to just each time that we were did the pub crawl by you, they showed up, and I thought that was awesome, man. Just getting to meet these people that you see comments from, and then they came out and visit us.
Yeah, those pub crawls were the best, and I'd love to do another one. I know that we talked about doing one in the UK, Craig. Obviously, I didn't come over, but we will do one next time I come over because there's like other people over there that I know would come that like the podcast. So we'll have to do
Mm.
one in Liverpool. It was a shame that Scott and obviously Bertie won't be there, but we'll definitely do some sort of a pub crawl in Liverpool, cause just to say we've done one. But yeah, they were always great. I used to love doing those every year, and we did because I think we did three in total. We did one here in Halifax, then we did one in Chicago, and then we did one here in Halifax again. And yeah, always different people showing up every time, and it was good. And actually, it's reminded me as well when I was filming season 13, when I was on set there. I was talking to somebody about the podcast. Somebody came over to me and said, and they hit because they overheard what I was saying. They came over and said, I listen to your podcast. I follow you guys." So it was
It's a
like
good
somebody that's
feeling.
just random person that heard me say it, and obviously it's connected to Trailer Park Boys. There's a lot of our listeners are Trailer Park Boys fans. So this is one person who was there, and he came over and said, "Oh, listen to your podcast." Like, so that was like when you hear stuff like that, it's like, whoa. That's even though it's only one person, it's still like, wow, it's somebody I don't know who's discovered our podcast and has actually taken the time to listen to it. That's why I do this.
Well, when I went to go see Taggart and Torrance in Toronto, there was a guy who was standing off to the side when I was talking to Jonathan, and I was like, I'll let him talk to you guys, and then find out he was just waiting to talk to me because he listened to the podcast.
Yeah,
And there's nothing like a greater feeling, like something that you're putting your heart into, and it's being recognized by, I say listeners, or I don't like to say listeners, I like to say friends of the show. Uh, yeah, because
yeah,
uh, it just makes such a good feeling, man.
it really is. Yeah, and actually, I want to give a special shout out to somebody who I told that I was going to do this. Her name is Angie, right? And she is, and I consider her a new listener. She discovered us, I think it was last year, and she has gone back to episode one and
Hmm.
listen. I don't know where she's up to, but she's listened from episode one, and she's like close up to where we are now, as far as I know. So she is very familiar with who Bertie is, who Craig is, who you are, Scott. Like she's a massive fan. And I told her yesterday that I was doing this, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited to hear you guys back together again. I'm really excited." So she's so excited, and I said to her, I was going to give her a shout out, and I also said I was going to get you guys to give her a shout out as well individually. So her name's Angie. So Craig's rolling his eyes. So say something nice to Angie for the support that she's showing us, even though, you know, you guys aren't, hosts on the podcast anymore. Just give her a shout out, Scott.
Oh, well, you said Craig, and
No, we'll
but
let him go last so we can steal everyone else's.
no. So Angie, uh, 10 years. You're listening to all this backtracks and putting the time in to listen to us. I mean, it's very appreciative, and glad you're listening.
Sound
Thank you.
depressed.
Huh? I am the blue man.
Okay. Right, here's how you do it. Bertie, give Angie a shout out.
I just want to say thank you to Angie, who has shown some love and support to Major's Mess Hall. Want to thank you for going back through all them episodes and being a true listener. We hope that you enjoy the one that we're doing now. And just want to say thank you very much and continue being a true fan.
There you go. That's how it's done, Scott. See?
Can I redo it?
Go on then.
Hey Angie, it's Scott Powers here, and thanks for listening to Major's Mess Hall. We really appreciate it, and I'm really glad and happy that you enjoy it and continue to do it. So
Why
thank
are
you.
you why are you carrying a tiny miniature rake around with you? Does that feel like your hairy ball sack or something? What's
You
that?
know, whenever I record, I always have it in my hand. It helps me like for my fidgeting.
Really? I have one of these. It's a little fidget cube. Where'd you get the rake from?
I've always had it.
It's a rake though.
It's a back scratcher, man.
Oh, it's a back. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. It looks like a little miniature rake. Craig, little shout out to Angie.
Uh, yeah, thanks for listening. Can't believe you've gone back to episode 1 and fucking got up to this point or whatever, but good on you for listening to them all. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Absolutely lovely. And as well, while we're here, I want to give a little bit of a shout out as well to some of the other people who've helped us with the podcast along the way, other people who've stepped in and been hosts. So just want to mention them. We're going to go start off with Bertie, Cowboy. You know, you've helped out. Very much appreciated. Kelly, you know, this podcast wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for Kelly helping us out. So thank you, Kelly. Mikey, who obviously designed, our logo, the music. Like he's been a host. You know, he's made us sound and look as professional as possible, and I'll be ever, grateful for that. Chris, who's currently hosting the podcast with me. Chris is amazing. You know, was going through a bit of a rough patch trying to find people to stick with me and record. And Chris just like he came out of the blue. I've known him for years, but he was just like, "Listen, I want to help you out. Let's do this." So, and he's been great. So Chris, Tony as well. You know, Tony's a friend of mine who's from back home, but I met him here. Um, like you guys would love Tony. I know the Bertie's met him a few times. Craig, you think he's so funny. He's hilarious. So Tony, thanking him. Sammy, Sammy was lovely. Still keep in touch with her now. There is talks of her coming back on to do a few episodes, so I'm looking forward to that. Stephanie, who's currently expecting her fourth baby, so congratulations, Stephanie. She helped me out a lot on the podcast. Brian Potvin, he's been on a couple of times and helped host, so big thank you to Brian. My cousin Dan, who's makes me laugh more than anyone else. He's so funny, and he's been on the podcast a bunch of times. Lee McGuinness, who's best known for playing Don/Don in Trailer Park Boys, he's hosted a couple of episodes with us, and that was always fun to have him on. And I'm even going to say, personal reasons aside, I want to say a big thank you to Wes and Todd as well, because if it wasn't for those guys, even though we've had our differences and stuff, this podcast wouldn't be what it is without those guys. So yeah, just wanted to take a moment to do that. So aside from that, guys, there's really not a whole lot else to add. I mean, we've been recording for over an hour now, and I didn't want to make this a super long podcast. I could have put more features in, but I just didn't want to. I just wanted to get you back on and just reflect on the old times. And this for me, I don't know about you guys, but this has been like so good for me to get you back on. Like it wouldn't be. I couldn't have done an episode like this without you. We had to mark this occasion, and just thank you for you guys for coming on and joining me to mark it. So yeah, it just means a lot.
Like I gotta say, doing the podcast has taught me a lot. Taught me how to deal with people. Like guest wise. Because we've had so many personalities. Like me and Cove Boy, me and Wes. And I've met Wes. I really enjoyed it, and he just disappeared like a year ago. With but
We'll
Todd
add him to
had
the list of
fun.
people who've fallen.
Yeah, Todd. As Dick Davis, a lot of memorable moments
Dick
with him.
Davis.
or our ghost hunter,
What's his
uh,
name, Scott? I can't remember.
Dick.
Dick Davis. Dick Davis.
Davis, yes, bye.
You still can't remember, can you?
See, I got the Craig. Craig, I know what you
Dick
mean, man. I'm
Johnson.
forgetting- Yeah, I'm forgetting
Johnson.
shit.
Even I forgot as well.
Fucking hell. That's how memorable that character was then.
Oh, I meant you, Gavin. Obviously, you've taught me a lot of stuff. You know, like you've always.
Davis.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know somebody named Dick Davis, so it like just stuck in my head, man. So, you know, all right, all right.
Yeah, go on.
Hey, remember? Also, I meant we dealt with squeaky coats. We've uh, Art, you know, when he was on there, him and his the squeak, and that made me cry because you know we
Yeah.
were laughing. Of course, if you listen to the audio back in the day, man, is it crap? Honestly, so
It
how
was terrible,
people
wasn't it?
how people listen to that and enjoy it, and compared to like now is like amazing. Uh, and you know, like you've been on my podcast, I've jumped on mine, you know, in 2020, episode 100, I think was my last episode. Uh, so I've been gone like what 154 episodes,
Yeah.
which is crazy, but I'm catching up though.
I know, man. It is crazy. I just remember another random times like we'd be in the middle of recording something, and all of a sudden, all you'd hear would be in the background, and we go, "What the fuck was that?" And there'd be dead silence, and we go, "What was it?" And Craig would go, "Me farting." He'd just fart really loud, and then get angry with us when we'd halt the show to find out what was going on.
That or a burp,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, that's but that's the mess hall, man. You know what I mean? It's such random stuff.
yeah.
You never
Always
know what you're
random.
going to get. And
Yeah,
you have
like a box of chocolates, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. You know, you've held the mess hall together for 10 years, man, even after Craig and myself left, and you've had some amazing co-hosts and still do. And I mean, Chris is a good guy, like you said. Tony's a good guy. Uh, you know, I don't remember the rest, but I do remember like Kelly. She's definitely the glue on the mess hall. You know, for she's always good for a good laugh.
Yeah,
You know, uh,
yeah, 100%.
so
But at the
man,
end of the day,
honestly,
it started with us. Do you know what I mean? That's why I was like, there was talk of me maybe giving up at 10 years, just being like, you know what, that's a nice round number. Let's just like let's leave it. But I'd miss it if I stopped doing this. I'd miss it. This has been such a part of my life since I moved from England to Canada that it's like it's my number one hobby, and I would truly miss it if I stopped. So I don't know how long it's going to go on for, but I just don't want to stop. It's an excuse to talk to people like you guys. So why would I want to stop that? Do you know what I mean? It's just so much fun.
see, you've mentioned to me before, you're like, oh, I feel like giving up. But you know, you know, we kind of like push each other to keep going, you know, and you've been on my podcast and I've always come back on the mess hall when you ask me to, and it's been great. And it's always like nothing's changed. We just picked up where we left off at.
Yeah,
And that's the magic of the mess hall, man. It just
100%. Well, that's it. We've had some quite sentimental words from Scott Powers there. I'd like some sentimental words from Craig before we go. Please, Craig, say something fucking
But
nice.
anything.
Do you know the worst thing? And I don't want to get too sad on this, but the worst thing about Craig not being on his podcast anymore is that we don't talk very often. Because
Love
when
you,
he was on his
Craig.
podcast, we would talk every single day. We'd always be chatting. Like, even if he didn't want to, we'd be talking, and we'd always be doing this. So even when Craig stopped coming over to visit, we were still doing the podcast, so it was fine. But since he stopped, and I knew that this is why I made him do the podcast for so long, because I knew the friendship would take a little bit of a dive in a way. We're still the best of friends, like, love him like a brother, but I obviously don't speak to him as much anymore. So like that's been hard for me. So it means a lot to me, Craig, if you just say something nice about this podcast.
Gavin,
shite.
I gotta
Oh,
say, like, I gotta agree with you here that, Craig makes the podcast funny and hilarious for me. You know what? If it wasn't for him being on this podcast, it wouldn't be funny and hilarious like it is. He's the guy that makes it what it is, like laughable, right? To
Yeah.
enjoy.
in
Just
other
like
Well
you're
words,
said.
burping
Gavin.
and farting,
In other words, Gavin, you are shite.
Yeah. See there,
Yeah,
that's
but
a nice thing to say.
It's
It's
true,
not
Craig.
funny how it's not funny though, because like just before we were talking about shit and piss.
That's what's funny though.
Yeah, man.
That's what you don't see it. You don't see it. But like we said, we asked you a simple question that was like, it's not a funny question. It was literally, what do you like? What annoys you the most? And your answer was myself. And we were thinking, oh, this is going to get depressing. But your answer was comedy gold. The stuff you listed about pissing 3 ways, like that's comedy gold. Like the
No.
stuff like you don't even realize it, like how funny that is. And people just people do miss that. People miss it a lot, mate. So fucking say something nice, will you?
I don't know. I mean, I do miss the podcast, but I just feel like I'm not much of a conversationist anymore as I used to be,
You
and just
never were, mate.
but I feel like I'm more worse. Well, not worse, but just more different because, like as I said, I don't like being around people, and when I'm in work, I don't really talk to much people anymore, and just I don't know.
Well, do you know what? That to me, that's all the more reason why something like this would be good for you. Then,
Yeah, man.
I would never like. The thing is, like at the end of the day, we're the best of friends. There'd be nothing stopping us from going. Let's do this again. Let's continue on. The three of us, four of us, whatever. But Scott's got his podcast. He's doing really well with it. PowerPoint podcast. Shout out to Jim. Shout out to Keith. Both great guys. Love going on that podcast. Always fun. It's always a laugh. Love working with them. But Scott's doing that, so doing this full time wouldn't be something he could do. But he does come on periodically, which I really appreciate. Same with Bertie, he comes on periodically. Craig, if these two are coming on, man, you should periodically. I mean, you could do that, couldn't you? Once in a blue moon, once every like 3 months, you could jump on an episode, couldn't you?
Maybe.
Maybe once every 3 months to have a chat with your mates.
Even like earlier before I came off, I
We
was thinking
miss you,
like, well,
Craig. Your funny, hilarious burps and farts, man. Come
Jesus
on.
Christ.
Come on, Craig.
Scott.
Like every time you say Craig answered, Birdie jumps in, man. I'm like,
It's true.
I don't
We
know
gotta
which
come
one's
back every
which. If
3 months, man. We need Craig, man.
but if it
not
wasn't
without
for
him.
the name tags on here, I'd think Birdie was Craig.
Yeah, it's all right. I know Craig has an answer, so I'll just take it straight back to Craig. What were you saying before you came on? You couldn't be bothered?
I couldn't bother. It's like thinking like, oh, what we're gonna talk about, or making that like I was gonna meet in person kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
weird
but
stuff like that.
all right, yeah, but it's been all right though, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's exactly so that this is what it would always be like if we only done it every few months, because it'd just be a catch up and we play some silly games. And I wouldn't do a story time. I'd leave that out because I know you don't like doing it.
I can commit to 3 months.
Yeah, once every 3 months. Come on, give the fans, because
That's
they are
four
your
times
fans. Give the
four
fans
times
what
a
they
year.
want. Yeah, that's 4 times a year. That's nothing.
Maybe.
No,
Yeah.
no, we need a yes or no, mate. Come on, you can do this. What? Right, I won't bother you now until the new year. There you go. That's the next time or maybe Christmas. No, actually, because my parents are coming over. New Year, we'll do a podcast in the new year, and then we'll leave it for like 3 months, and then do another one.
New Year one. Fucking hell.
No, in the new year, like
Uh,
January. So you won't have to do another one out until January. We just do one then.
what about every 4 months?
Fucking hell! Look at them haggling. No, once every 3 months means that because there's 4 seasons, isn't there? So we do one podcast a season, so that's 4 a year. Scott can commit to that. We're busier than you are, mate.
Yeah, whatever.
There you go. We got an exclusive. What the fuck?
What the?
Who's that cunt? What the hell?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, here's a traditional cowboy picture.
Mummering.
Yeah, it's mummering.
Yeah.
What kind
Anyway,
of picture do we have for you there, Scott?
Hey, what a note to end this on. Hey, us basically bending Craig's arm behind his back, making him come back on again. Like
Hey,
what
Scott,
a
what kind
way
of
to
picture
end
do
it.
we have for you and Gavin tonight? I'd like to see a picture for you and Gavin tonight, Scott. What do we have for you and Scotty? or for you and Gav?
I don't know, man. Yeah, what were you saying, Gavin?
To anyone who's just listening, like this isn't good.
Tom Green, yes, boy.
There's a picture there of Scott Powers with Dick Davis. Yeah. Right. Anyway, listen. On that note, we will wrap it up. I do appreciate you guys coming on, Craig. Honestly, man, we'll have a laugh. We'll arrange it for the new year. We'll just do another podcast in like January sometime. It'll be fun. We'll just keep it to like an hour, and you can have a drink, have a laugh, let your hair down. Be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Final thoughts. We always have to do final thoughts. We did them before. We're doing them again. I've just done my final thoughts. I'm on cloud nine. I love doing this. You guys have been amazing. Bertie, Cloud, what's your final thought?
Just wanted to say thank you for having me on, being a part of all this, and having you guys as friends. I appreciate it. And Craig, I love you as a brother, and same with Scott. And Scott, keep up the great job with your podcast. And Gavin, thanks for having me on as much as you can.
Thanks, man. Scott?
Yes.
I'll say what I used to say. Like us, follow us, and share this podcast because honestly, you'll enjoy it. Every episode's a good episode, so keep checking it out. And Craig, mate, January, April, September, and December. Come on.
We'll see.
He's already said he's doing it, so that's it now. He's doing it. Craig, final thought, mate.
I haven't got one.
Shaved your chest, mate.
I just need to go because my phone's getting hot and I've been holding this phone for over an hour.
Yeah, but mate, have you shaved your chest? It looks smooth.
No, never. I've never shaved.
Just looks smooth. Right, if you need to go, then give us a final thought. Say something nice.
Yeah, it was good to do it, I guess. There you go.
Right. Okay,
Yeah, I
guys.
don't do these fucking things.
On that note, thank you very much to all our listeners for listening to this. And yeah, stay tuned for plenty more from Major's Mess Hall. And if you want to check out more of Scott, it's the Powers Point podcast. You can find that everywhere. It goes live every Friday. Check it out. It's awesome. And yeah, follow Bertie on Twitter. It's Cove Boy for Life. Craig's not really on social media, but I will post the odd photo of him on our social media just so you can see that he's still alive. All right, guys. Thank you very much, and have a nice evening. See you soon. Craig's already fucked off. He's gone. Oh, he's here.
There he is.
I was trying
Oh.
to look for like the end call thing.
Bloody hell, he's ready, isn't he? His fingers hovering over the button. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice night, and I'll talk to you all soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.